Good afternoon, welcome back to the Tom Lamb YouTube channel. Today I want to have a look at removing dust off like square balers and combines and anything really, because the way you usually do it, you've either got to blow them down at the end of the day, which is really mucky and horrible, and you've got to wear masks and all that sort of stuff. Sometimes the machines have like an air tank built on them where you take like a reel of hose off and spray it all down and, you know, still get covered in a mess. And I thought, let's make something that does it for you. Something called an air cannon, a Tom Lamb air cannon. So that's what I've been thinking. So let's show you what I've been devising. The budget for this project as well is 200 quid. So I want you to let me know what you think of it. This is like a bit of a mock-up before I actually make something properly. So let me know what you think in the comments, because I think it would be really interesting. Also, let me know from where you're watching from around the world, because I find that quite interesting as well. Can't believe how many people watch from like America and New Zealand and Australia and all that. So let's get started. Before we start, just want to show you this as well, called the Arc Droid. So this is obviously a plasma cutter. There's one of the plasmas, or that one there. And you just bolt the plasma cutter in for you. And it's sort of, you just draw a drawing on there and you can cut like bearing houses out and all sorts. So it's like a portable one as well. It's only like just what you leave on the bench like that. So I'm going to put some videos of that at the end and just show you how it works. But right, so to start off, we've got an old, one of Colin's old projects actually that's been abandoned up here. This is an old scrap fire extinguisher from the scrapyard. So this will house the air. And then what we've got here, I've got a airtight butterfly valve. Got one of these offline for like 60 quid. So you can see there like that. If I pull that there, opens, airtight seal. So that's what's going to release the air to create the air cannon to blow all the muck off. Or whatever, you know, we'll put it on like a baler. Hopefully, the main thing I want to aim at, if any of you have ever done any square baling before, not the non-farmers on here obviously haven't, but you'll know the axle gets covered in like straw and dust, and when you get under there to tie it back off, absolutely horrible job, not great at all. So I thought, well, if we have this mounted on the baler and it, you know, dumps all the air and blows everything off before you get under there, you're not going to get covered in muck and dust and whatever else. And then you don't spend the rest of the day in the cab itching and oh, it's just horrible. The fire extinguisher, this is already done, TIG welded on the top there. This is where we charge the fire extinguisher through a bike valve, but what we will do, we'll charge it off the air off the back of the tractor. So the pipe comes down, it's going to connect onto this permanently, and there's a little release thing around here we're going to look at. It will charge both of them together to about 8 bar. So we should have over 100 PSI in there to dump in a matter of like 0.5 seconds. This side, this is what is going to release the butterfly valve. So this is an old hobby gas welding little gas bottle that comes on a little MIG welder. So that was free. We've got a little solenoid here that releases the air out of there, which then operates this little air ram, which then operates this to flick it like that quick and dump the air out of the tank. So it's very simple how it works. This doesn't require a lot of air to operate this. So my idea is, if this works quite well, we're going to move on a bit later in the year and put like a massive tank on the front of the baler like this. So we've got like a massive amount of volume of air with pipes going all around the baler, and then like a little electric switch in the cab, flick it, done. So this screws on here like that to that butterfly valve. Just do that up on there like that. So yeah, and then this is just here purely for display. So this wire here that operates this solenoid will go back down the airline to the tractor. This is just here for a battery source. So this has just been bolted here just to give us a positive charge to operate this solenoid. So if I go like, no air in it, but you can hear that solenoid going at the moment. So what we're going to do now, we're going to charge this with about 100, 120 PSI. We'll put about 80 in here. And then when you pull that electric charge, this air comes out of here, up this pipe, into this little air valve here, which then shoves this up, which then opens that to dump all the air, like I say, in half a second that's in there. But firstly, we're going to need to attach some pipes or like a manifold on here. So we want like a herringbone manifold that goes off and then like a pipe that way and a pipe that way. We don't want one at 90 degrees because it won't get the airflow around it as well. So then we can run, like we'll have one big pipe running to the axle, one running to the front slip clutch, or vice versa. I've no idea yet. We're just winging this and making it up as we go along. So we've got some selection of nozzles from the scrapyard. So that goes on there. That's going to be too small, I think. We won't get the quantity of air down it. This is going to be too big. So I think this will bolt on there. Like that. And at a later date, we can obviously put a manifold on it with another pipe coming out here, another pipe coming out here. But at the moment, we're going to like Jubilee clip like a big pipe here that goes down the side of the baler to the axle. So for our first test, go to 100. That'll do nicely. Right, 100 PSI in there. So that is the actuator cylinder charged. So we want, is that going down? Oh, I've gone put a bit more in it. Let's have a little bit more in there. Nice, yeah, that's all right now. And then we're gonna charge this one. But those pipes we just had a look at a minute ago, they'll constantly keep this under pressure all the time. So right, next one. Look at this. Want it right around here. The tractor should run about 7 or 8 bars, so it'll be running around here somewhere. So I guess it's time to try it. 3, 2, 1. So that is what I call a successful test. So all it is really, if you ever used one of these before, called a cheater bead seater, this is all it is a tank, and then it's got a valve here that you can open like that dumps all the air out to blow tyres back on the rims, whereas this one's electronically activated. And yeah, I'm quite looking forward to this. I'll be looking forward to it when it's like a lot bigger tank, you know. I thought I should have done it earlier in the year, but now harvest is over, I can't really test it properly. So when we've got like a huge compressor tank on it that's like 15, 16 times the size of this little fire extinguisher, I mean, it's going to be amazing. Because we don't want straw and stuff on farm machinery in the middle of all this heat and everything, because it can catch fire, do all sorts. So this could be like a life-saving piece of equipment for balers and combines. So the budget of £200 for this has now come to an end. Bit of pipe, those few little bits we've seen, everything else is bits of scrap, old drill and stuff. So this, look, we've now Jubilee clipped this to there. This will run along the baler and down to under the axle. And then what we'll probably do, we'll probably put a later date maybe, we'll put something in here that's like a fish mouth, that's like wider maybe, but I'm not sure yet. This is for you to decide. This is for the audience to decide. I want you to tell me what you think of this. Is it stupid? Is it not? How would you do it? What's it going to be like when this size tank is on it? Right, so this is how it's going to work. The pipe goes over there. My mate's going to hold it. I'll come stand around here so we can see it go off as well. What is it going to do? 3, 2, 1. Whoa! So air from the back of the tractor, along with these pipes, piped up to here. The air tank will sit on top, up there, behind this railing. And then from there, we might have like a big long bar here with loads of like inch holes drilled in it. So it sprays like a curtain of air down like that and just cleans everything. And that big green pipe can run down here and go down there, down to the axle. So this plugged in. You would have like a regulator on here because, like I said, you don't want it open all the way like that because it will dump all the air out of the tractor at once, and we don't want that. So it'd be like about there somewhere like that, just filling the air tank up because it doesn't need to go off all the time. It only wants to go off every sort of, I don't know, 20 minutes. But to charge, I've just mocked this up, but this will run with all these pipes and run up through there onto there. So we want to charge it now like this. So we've fitted it. Well, we're just in the process of fitting it. So this, well, that'll be all bolted up there like that, so it's completely out of the way of everything. So that goes up there and then down to the axle where it all builds up. So like the brakes and everything, that's where we don't want it. It also builds all up just here as well. So we could probably put like a T-piece on just here and another bit of pipe there. So it dumps everything that way as well and just like blows everything straight down onto the floor. So we've got the pipe aiming across the axle down there like that. So it blows anything that's sat on top of the axle. What we probably will do is put like a big iron tube along there with loads of holes in. So like I said before, it creates like a curtain of air to just keep it blowing all over the place. So you see the pipe just running down there to the axle. Right, if my mate wants to well, here, shall I count it down? 3, 2, 1. Oh, look at that, look. I thought I'd clean this down, but look, it's just completely blowed even more out. And then for over this side, we'll probably have like another one of these bars as well. But the straw always, or hay or whatever, always builds up just there into like a big clump. So whether we have 2 tanks, don't really know. Are we starting to complicate it a bit? Or just like one big tank with like the pipes out of one side going one side and then the pipes coming out the other side, because those big compressor tanks, they hold ridiculous amount of air. So hopefully it's going to work. I'm pretty certain that this is going to be like an amazing bit of kit. So simple to do, you know, it's not going to go wrong because all that's moving is like a butterfly valve, which is what I showed you. They're not going to go wrong, are they? So, you know, and this could prevent fire and all sorts, like I said before. So really interested to know what everybody thinks about this, to be honest. Whether I'm having a stupid idea or not, don't know. Who runs loads of big square balers? Do you think it would be any good to do? Don't know. Let me know. Tom Lamb air cannons. Really pleased with that, really pleased. I don't know if anyone else has ever made a system like that, because I've never certainly seen one. I've searched the internet and yeah, no one's ever mentioned anything. So yeah, get it in the comments and let's have a look. But right, we're over to the portable CNC plasma cutter now, so we'll have a quick look at that. We've got a cool thing.
A cool thing? Yeah, I'll film it in a minute. Tom doesn't have a CNC plasma cutter. I'm doing a little project at Tom's at the minute. So I've brought this portable CNC plasma cutter.
All it does is hold the plasma torch and it does it all for you.
Yeah, so you program it and then it does a... So we're going to test it. We're going to draw a little 20mm circle through it.
On here.
So, right, let's read. Is there another one?
That.
Yeah.
So that there is the Droid portable CNC plasma cutter. So it's pretty cool actually. So we'll probably use that in some videos soon. Yeah, that's the end of this video now. Let us know what you think and speak to you all soon. Don't forget to subscribe. Thank you.